All right, everyone, we're out here in Flat Rock Park here in Santa Rosa, California. I brought my Trx4m. Here it is. It's still on the stock chassis. And David brought his...
This is my Trx4m with the Tarantula chassis.
So we're going to go ahead and compare the two and see how good they perform. Anyways, let's take a closer look.
Alright guys, this is my Trx4m with the Tarantula chassis from Injora. It has full gears, full metal gears, everything's metal, nothing's really stock on it. As you can see, it has brass all around, metal links. The only thing really stock about it is the axle housings. It has little guy racing parts, billet aluminum shocks. It has a cool little light bar on it. Tires, Injora brass beadlock wheels, stock motor, Traxxas metal servo, and that's about it really.
Right here is my Trx4m Bronco, pretty much stock. First mods that I did do to it was I put metal gear steering servo, aluminum links. I did the 7mm brass spacers. I got the Traxxas method beadlock wheels with the brass weights. I got some sort of a Injora tire, and that's it. First, we got the Trx4m with the Trantula body, going up a relatively easy line. As you can see, it's climbing up everything with ease. I mean, it's got an excellent approach angle. I mean, there's no body there in the way, but here it's gracefully just going through the trail, going up on a rock here, and again with ease. Look at it just go up, not a problem. It also looks pretty good doing it. We did notice though that the servo does hit the hood scoop, so we could probably clearance that out, but honestly we didn't really run into too many performance issues due to the servo hitting the hood scoop, but that was something that we did notice. So here we're coming up on a steep ledge here. We've got the thing almost vertical here. We're starting to slip to the side here. A fully bodied one definitely would have tipped over, but look at that. I'm surprised it did not tip over. With some throttle, it just climbed right up. Pretty impressive. Alright, and here we got my Bronco going up, and David is going to be driving both of them just to keep it fair. That way we don't have a driver discrepancy. But anyways, here we are taking the same line with the fully bodied Trx4m. Right off the gate there, you see it struggle a little bit, but it makes it up. Whereas, you know, the Tarantula just crawled right up, and mine, you know, you had to kind of manage the throttle and make it go, but it is what it is. So here we are coming up on that steep ledge, and there it goes, struggling. I mean, oh, almost tipped it there. We're going to back up here, and little throttle, get the right line, and we made it up. Again, still doable with a fully bodied one, but you can definitely tell it did struggle a lot more than the Tarantula. But you know what? I personally prefer the fully bodied look, but it is what it is. So here on the steep ledge, we're going to take a different line because, well, the approach angle isn't very well since we still have a front bumper. And we end up kind of going to the side and taking an easier line and ultimately still make it up the same obstacle, but just doesn't look as cool. Now for the second obstacle, we're going to kick up the difficulty level a little bit. As you can see here, we're on some pretty steep, slippery rocks here. But, you know, I think the Tarantula is just going to make quick work of it and climb right up. So here we are coming up on this steep rock here. You can see it going. It's struggling for traction. It's sliding a little bit, but it's going with a little throttle blips. So we're going to back up a little bit here, get a good angle, get everything straightened up. And I'm impressed. I mean, it did quick work of that. That was pretty cool. So here we've got the second portion of the obstacle. Nearly vertical here, and I mean, you can tell it's struggling for traction, so we're going to play with the throttle and the steering and keep on trying, but ultimately look at it, it just climbed right up. That was awesome. Alrighty, now we have the Bronco coming through. I don't have high hopes for it, but I wish it best of luck. Just look at the rear of this thing. It sits crazy wide with those 7mm spacers. It is climbing up, but it's struggling. I mean, we're just spinning and spinning. Look at it hop. So we're gonna back up, flip the throttle, get over the first ledge, and the rear axle's just kind of caught there. So we're just gonna kind of keep rocking it forward and back, play with the steering. Eventually it should make it up. So here we are, different angle. And I mean, it's struggling. I mean, the Tarantula would have already made it up by now, but here we are. Ultimately, it made it up. And oh, look at the roof getting caught there, but it made it through. And you know what? It climbed this portion. Well, take that back. It did slide quite a bit, but you know what? It did okay for what it was. We definitely struggled more. Ended up taking less steeper of lines in the Tarantula, but it did it. Here we have the Tarantula coming up on the steep ledge right here. You got the dip scraping a little bit up front, but it's all good. It can keep going. Going down this ledge right here, look at it go. It looks so nice. I love the light bar on this thing. Also, look at all that approach angle that you have. I mean, there's no bumper or anything in the way. He's just rubbing on his steering link right there. Just do a quick backup. We're gonna go up the ledge right here. No problem. I mean, look at this. It's just awesome. Little bit of slip, but with enough throttle and steering input, she'll make it right up. Now this is where things get interesting. For whatever reason, the Tarantula, we tried for about 5 minutes, but we just could not make it go up here. My theory is that since there's no back tire to kind of prop it up, as soon as the front grips, it just wants to lean it back. And we have a lot of weight on it up front. But again, we tried this for about 5 minutes and it just would not go up.
I know you're supposed to do it in one try. Mine failed this much. I'll do it in one try.
All right, let's see. All right, you heard it from David. He said this Bronco make it one try. Let's see if it lives up to the tail. Well, right off the bat, there it goes. Man, this thing is so wide. I just love the stance on this thing. It's super cool. Oh, he's already getting hung up there a little bit. Luckily, he didn't tip over. But yep, here we are coming down on the ledge here. Crawling around. Oh, look at that. Just fell right there. But you know what? I think David did that on purpose, because if he did not do that, that bumper probably would have gotten caught there, because this thing does not have that good of an approach angle. Struggling for traction. I mean, it's just bouncing and bouncing and bouncing. So he's backing up, playing with it. There it goes, climbing. Oh, look at that pivot. See what I mean though? That back tire, I think, helped it out. Well, everyone, as you can see, I mean, the Tarantula does have its benefits, but its drawbacks. Overall, though, the Tarantula definitely performs better. My personal opinion, though, I love the look of having a scale truck. You know, it looks like the real thing. So that would be my pick. But again, it just depends. Everyone has a different opinion. And so big thanks to David for bringing his out and letting us do the testing. Or actually him doing the testing. I let him drive both of them just because he's a better driver than me. But yeah, I think he built a pretty solid little rig. I mean, it crawls really nice and it really impressed me. Also, he was able to take my truck through lines that I thought weren't possible. So honestly, I owe it all to him. Stay tuned for RC uploads every Friday or Saturday. I'm trying to be more consistent with the RC uploads, so please just turn on notifications if you'd like. Like I said, I'm trying my best to keep some fresh RC content with either it being crawlers or racing at the local track, or even dirt ovals, something that I've started getting into. Or if you have any recommendations for RC video ideas, please comment below. I would definitely appreciate your input.